There are nearly 1,000 owners of my yacht water beverage line. And when I say owners, what I mean is they paid between $100 and 10,000. That's the highest. There's one per or two people who paid 10,000, one person who paid 5,000, and several people who paid between 100 and call it 3,000. Over the past 2+ years, so about 1,000, almost 1,000 people did this, and they have a piece of future ownership of yacht water. And I'm just being very technical when I say future ownership, because I am an investor. I want to be very specific. This is on a safe note. That's what it's called. You can look that up. I'll tell you a lot more about it. We've talked about it a ton on the website because I want you to be 100% understanding what you're buying into. But essentially, it's just like every other type of angel investment of this size, which means that um, the owners of Yacht Water, which is me and my co-founder Drew, who's a woman, we are allocating a certain number of percentage points to co-own Yacht Water with us. And right now, I think we've raised in 2+ years, I think we raised like $250,000. Pretty cool. So if you do the math on that, that means that the average investment was just about $250. And those investors get a few things. They get to be part of something from the very beginning. You see, stay hungry, not thirsty. They also get to see behind the scenes of what it takes to build an indie beverage line because I had never done that before. Even though I've done a ton of things, I've invested in more than 200 companies. I've raised $30 million for my venture fund to invest in other people. I've been around this world for like 14, 15 years, but I had never started a beverage line. And man, let me tell you, the ups and the downs are real and the CPG is real. And I salute all of you who have your own CPG company. And I think personally that every investor needs to start their own company so they know what it's like. Uh, but you also get, so you get to be part of it. And then if something happens in the future where Yacht Water is either sold or goes public or has some type of what is called a liquidity event, liquid money, um, then it could potentially make money from that. We're not talking about like life changing. You're going to put $250 in and then you'll be rich. That's not what this is. It's one investment. And it's kind of like a small lottery ticket or putting a few dollars into, uh, uh, one of those machines at the casino, slot machines. That's the word. But it is a lot of fun and it's very educational. It's entertaining and it's supporting the work. So the total percentage that has been sold so far is a little less than 2% of the whole company. And what I love about it is I love that like almost everybody over 18, except for certain regions in the world. Some regions it doesn't work because of your own local laws. But I like that almost everyone over 18 or 18 plus can invest in this. And if you're under 18, go to your parent, please. I don't think I have a lot of people who watch me who are under 18. And I also love the fact that we here at Yacht Water Global and Gym Blends, which I'll tell you about in a moment, we are super intent on giving you more behind the scenes than normal. So in 2026, it is end of July 2026. I'm going to take the ownership of this and say I've been really bad at giving updates to our investors like we did in 2025 because we gave a quarterly update. But the reason it's not an excuse, it's just a reason. The reason is we have grown so much this year. It's been a whirlwind. Like every day something happens and it's a whirlwind. So we were at DreamCon, which had 45,000 ticket buyers in Houston. And DreamCon is where gamers and people who love anime and all of that, mostly black and brown, get together in Houston once a year, and it grew by like 20K people, which was already large. And we had a massive booth there, huge booth there. And we talked to hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of people over a 3-day period. We were at the WNBA All-Star game and we were sampling all around town and meeting with people and doing deals, and getting things like conversations started. We're right now, today is July 30th. We're right now in New York. So I'm in LA. My business partner, Drew, who's the co-founder, she's in she's in New Jersey at her HQ, but she's in New York right now because she's at two different influencer and affiliate conferences with Jim. So we put a lot of stuff on my Instagram and on Jim's Instagram. And if you're wondering what Jim is, because it's kind of confusing, Yacht Water is this, but I'm talking about Jim. Yacht Water is a water beverage for now, and it is sparkling. Thank you. And we have trademarks for yacht water in 30 plus countries around the world. We do not have a trademark for the US. So what we're doing in the US is boom, 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 gin blends, gin blends. So what gin blends is an adaptogen beverage. It has lots of very organic ingredients, very low sugar, beautiful tasting. I drink at least one of these per day. And there are three flavors now because we had one, then we had two, now we have three. And right in the next few days, we're getting our skinny cans, our 12-ounce skinny cans, which is this. The like you can see how it's like the same as Yacht Waters. 12-ounce skinny, which I love. And look at this new design. So this is for our passion fruit, and our passion fruit has a calming a feeling to it. It's for calm and focus, and it's delicious. Lemon lime is my absolute favorite. It also has calm and focus properties, minerals, and there's mushrooms and all kinds of things. Not like psychedelics, not like that, but these two are non-alcoholic alternatives. So they're alternatives to alcohol, I should say. I've been sober for 9 years this month, which I really didn't celebrate, but I guess I am celebrating it. And Drew, the co-founder and the person who started Jim, has been sober for like 7 or 8 years. And Jim is owned by Yacht Water now, which means if you invest in Yacht Water, or if you already did, you also now co-own Jim. And Jim in the US is where we're going all in. So next year we'll start with one country for Yacht Water. It's a big, big undertaking, and we'll tell you more about it next year. And this year and beyond, we are going all in on Jim in the US and beyond. So you'll see us in a lot of places. So we also, now this can, I'm going to warn you, this is like an empty can. These are samples. And this can got beat up in the shipping. So it's not as purty as the other ones, but it is our brand new flavor, and has a different type of mood. So these are all moods, right? Think about like a mood ring. This one is for energy and focus. So instead of like your Red Bulls or anything like that, or your Monsters or anything, you now have energy. And that is the orange tangerine flavor. So pay no attention to the beat up can, but that is too cool. I'm so excited about it. So we have those three, and just a few days from now, you'll be able to buy them. Depending on when you see this video, you may even be able to buy it right now below the video. I'm going to try to put the current cans, the 12-ounce lemon lime cans, up below this video for the first few days. And then I'll definitely put up the skinny cans. So whatever you see below, if you see something, you will be able to buy it just outright. Anyone can just buy it and we'll ship it to you. Now remember, there are alternatives to alcohol. So think about how much money you spend on alcohol when you're looking at these prices. It's also a luxury beverage. And anytime someone samples it, like at DreamCon, we had 80% like 5 stars out of 5, like 80% like, ooh, loved it, want it, went to order it. Um, Anytime we sample it, 4 out of 5 people just go crazy for it. Just go crazy. So what we're doing, and the reason I'm doing this video is because I wanted to tell you about this so you can have some for yourself. But we have two really exciting things coming up. Um, One thing is you can invest in yacht water and gem with the same investment. So when you invest in yacht water, you invest in gem. You can invest in it still in our latest round. So we just put up a $50,000 addition, like a $50,000 round where you can get in. And again, the average has been about 250, but you can do as low as $100, or you can do 1,000 or 500 or even more, depending on what you want and what perk and benefit you want. And then you're in. So, but what has to happen, I want to be very clear. We have to reach the 50K mark for all of the investments to count. It's like on Kickstarter. If you don't get the certain amount, nobody pays. That's what happens. So if we don't reach the 50K, then nobody becomes the investor in this round. The ones that happened before, you're already in, you're good. So I want everybody who's still here with me, who's interested in being an angel investor, having a part of this, just being along for the ride and have fun with it, to go ahead and go to our WeFunder. I've linked it below, of course, and you can go see a lot more information. Please look at the video outlines, look at what we're saying, look at the wording. I want you to know what you're getting yourself into. Essentially, you're spending money and you could lose all of that money because we could go under, like we could fail, quote unquote. I don't really think of it as failure, but we could completely go under. Or you could not hear from us for 6 months like this like this group did because we've just been running and you just kind of have to watch our Instagram. But we're going to try to do a much better job because we have more people now. Or it could take years for anything to happen where you see any money back, if you see any money at all. So you have to look at it like, I'm not going to put as much money as humanly possible in here because, I want to see, I want to go crazy with it. You want to do it like, I want to put an amount that feels comfortable to me today that I could lose completely or have illiquid forever or for a long time. And if that amount were to be 2x or 3x or 7x or more, it would be really, really cool to get that check or that bank deposit or whatever we're doing that year, a few years from now. That'd be pretty cool to say, oh yeah, that company sold if we do, because we may not. Oh, that company sold, and I put in 500 back in 2026 or 2024. Thank you. Thank you for doing that if you did that. And now I'm getting like, a couple of $1,000s put into my account. I'm just telling you some sample numbers. These are not anything that I'm making promises on. You have to be super careful, by the way. Anybody who wants to do a crowd fund on WeFunder, Republic, or any of those crowdfunding, Seed Invest, you have to be so careful publicly. The cool thing is you can talk about it publicly. Like you can't do that with most other types of rounds. I would know I've invested in 200, but you have to be careful with what you say. So you can't make any false claims. You can't like say, yeah, when we exit, you're going to get XYZ. You can't do that because it's just not it's not right. Like everybody watching has different levels of experience of investing. So you don't want to get their hopes up. You don't want to tell them something and that's what they base their investment on. So because I know so much about that world, I err on the side of caution. I even do more than I'm supposed to when it comes to like giving you those caveats because I want you to win. Like if you think about, I've done this before. I was the first and still maybe the only, no, maybe I was the first. I don't think it was the only, the first Black person to reach the $5 million maximum for a crowd fund that you can do in this country in 2021. And that investment, I pretty much said the same thing that I'm telling you now, but that investment has had its ups and downs. And right now it's like, it's very exciting right now. Okay. But it has had a lot of low points where people were like, what's going on with my investment? I don't know what's happening. I don't know what I invested. And so we have to be very, very careful because it's like what I do when I make these types of investments, not the 200 in my venture fund, but like if I just personally invest $1,000 on WeFunder, for instance, I just invest it and I walk away from it. I'll get the updates when they come to me. If there are any perks or benefits, like on Kickstarter, I'll get those in the mail or I'll get that, go to those live calls or whatever the thing may be, or the live event that they're put on. And I just put the money out of my head because I'm like, it may or may not work. And good thing I put in the amount of money that is comfortable for me to lose. And then every blue moon, I get an email that says your investment just paid out $14. And I'm like, yay. Because sometimes it'll pay out not just once, but like a few times over time. And it'll pay like a percentage. Sometimes that's how some of them work. So if you like that kind of fun, if you like, I don't want to like turn anybody off, but it's kind of like crypto. Like you're not going to be able to look at it day-to-day basis to see what it's at. But if you have that kind of risk tolerance of like, I'm not over here investing $1 million. So I'm not going to be knocking on the person's door asking them what's going on with my investment. But I also am putting my hard-earned money into this and it means something. It's helping that company. So I want to be part of it. That's the kind of vibe you should go for. So again, I'll show you these again. This is the new one. It's called Passion Fruit Guava. And it is 12-ounce adaptogen infused for calm and clarity. It is vegan, organic fruits, low sugar, and non-GMO. And it's vibrant. The gym line is vibrant flavors crafted for every mood and moment. So far we have three. We hope to have, a couple more in the next few months because these are just flying off the shelves. We are selling them on our site, so that's why you can buy it on our Shopify. But we're also having conversations with other bigger chains, and we're already in some independent stores, especially in the Northeast. We've sold thousands of cans off of our site, and it's just been wonderful. This one's the lemon lime one that's my favorite because it has a hint of ginger, and that ginger is just so nice. You get these ice cold. Ooh, shake it up a little bit, get it ice cold. So when I drink the ones that are calming, I won't have more than two a day. Like I'll have one maybe, maybe once a day or maybe two or three times a week, 4 or 5 times a week. But being sober is like I don't want to be addicted to anything. Like I don't want anything to tell me what to do. So I love it because I love the flavor and I love the way it makes me feel calm, but I don't have a crash. Certainly don't have a hangover. Oh my gosh, if you hate hangovers, come to gym. And also, I don't feel like I have to have it every day. Now, as the proprietor of this establishment, I would love for you to have a full stock all the time and want this a lot. But it's like I don't want to say the word non-addictive because I think that might be the wrong word to say. But I don't ever think, oh, I have to have gym. It's just like I love it. So I'll have it at the end of a day watching some TV with a little snack, or I'll have it if I have this particular flavor with the ginger. I'll have it if I'm having sushi, which just pairs really well, or any kind of seafood. But you don't need that for that. Or my favorite is I'll have it when I'm watching a sports game. So like if I'm watching the LA Sparks women's basketball, that's my team right now, right? So I'll watch it then, or like from home, or if I'm watching Angel City or women's, this is Angel City right here, or women's soccer. Not only will I watch it from home, but I can actually, drink it from home, but I can actually drink gym blends from the stadium because it's available at BMO Stadium. So if you've made it this far in the video and you are in Los Angeles and an Angel City fan, this is available at BMO Stadium. So ask for it by name. Ask for it by name. You'll see it more and more and more at the games, men and women's games at BMO, and we hope to expand it even further to SoFi Stadium, to Intuit maybe, like even if, just different places and local places. So that's one thing I was saying. I said there's a second thing. A second thing is you might be saying to yourself, I really want to try this drink and I really want to promote this drink if I like it. We have an ambassador program coming up. We have an amazing person who's going to be like leading the ambassador program, and we'll tell you more about it very, very, very soon. So say in the comments right now, if you made it all the way to this part of the video, say the word ambassador or influencer or affiliate, whatever word you know how to spell. Because if it were me, I'd be like, ambassador. Is that two S's or one? Say one of those words to let me know you saw this, or just say, I saw it. I seen it. So go ahead and invest so you can be part of it. You'll also want to order, if even if you don't invest, you want to order some, and then there's the ambassador program. So go ahead and order some, see if you like it. We'll have the ambassador program with a lot of really cool perks, a lot of fun activities. And the big goal is to make Yacht Water and Gym like $100 million plus company. That's my internal goal. I don't know if that will ever happen, but that's what I wake up thinking about every day. And that's what Drew wakes up thinking about every day. And we wake up thinking about how can we make social events really inclusive? So it's everybody standing around with a beer or like an alcohol spirit drink, which happens all the time, especially for like sober people. It's triggering, and it's also like excluding. So how can we you can stand next to someone, you have a gym in your hand, you're feeling calm, cool, and collected, and you know that you won't say crazy stuff. You won't, when you drink alcohol, sometimes you say stuff you don't mean to say. Sometimes you get a little too drunk. You don't, or a lot too drunk, and then you feel bad the next day potentially. That doesn't happen with this. And so like it's like nice to just have this in your hand. Same thing with yacht water. Absolutely the same thing with yacht water. It's very elegant. And so we'll have more information about yacht water soon. Just give us a few months because we're going all in on gym. We are doing a ton of stuff in August, a ton of stuff in September, even more in September. And it's nonstop. It's nonstop. So if you want to be along for the ride, I'll be telling you stuff here on YouTube, on Instagram. And then if you want to be part of it behind the scenes, go ahead and become an investor, an ambassador, or both.